How's it going, everybody? My cup of tea here, back in a reaction video, and we're here to watch another video from Casual Geographic. Yay, yay. Now today, we're here to watch this news video that he uploaded, which is why this might be the most disrespected job on earth. And looks like it's about the zoo employees. They're called zookeepers, I'm not sure. And I think that's a gorilla. No, that's a chimpanzee. It's some sort of monkey species attacking this worker. Yeah, if this is about the zoo employees, I can only imagine. I can only imagine how bad they really get it. Now, quick note, if you don't know about me, I'm not an animal person. I'm not a fan of animals. There's some I like a couple, like, you know, harpy eagle, some snakes, but I would never own an animal. I don't think I would. And so, yeah. So right off the bat, I already don't want to work at this job. But let's see how bad they really get it. Let's see. All right, before we start this, let's put on some captions because you might have some names or words I probably don't know, and let's get it. Okay.
So there's a lot of talk
flexing,
about man versus bear. Would you choose the man? Would you choose the bear?
Yeah, we
How
saw
about
his
talk
bear
about
video.
that time women chose gorillas? This is
What?
Shibani. Shibani is a 27-year-old living in the Hiyashiyama Zoo in Nagoya, Japan, where his face card went viral and caused a direct increase in the number of female visitors. Call him George the way he had these women curious. Last name included.
Alright, that's weird.
They compared him to. Oh, and if you couldn't tell, Shibani is also a 400+ pound primate with a perpetual pump. Not only that, he's a loyal husband with 2 wives and children.
Okay.
That's a family man being lusted after. Some of the words used to describe him were punky, heartthrob, metrosexual, spornosexual. I didn't even know what that meant.
What is that? What, this is an animal. This is an animal, people. Stop being weird.
One article even asked, quote, "Would you go for a romp in the jungle with Shibani?"
No. Yeah, huh? No.
Harambe. Had women hot and bothered. That's femme flambe. Call him Susan B. Anthony the way he had women showing up to the poll. Just kidding. Real ones know gorillas ain't packing anything but a room. But yeah, Shibani's looks transcended the laws of nature. And if I had a nickel for every time a woman's feelings towards a gorilla made headlines, I'd have 2 nickels. Which is too many more than I should have. One woman.
I was gonna say the line like, it's not a lot if you think about it, but it's quite a hat. I butchered it. I butchered the line. Keep it going.
Visitor at the De Blijdorp Zoo in the Netherlands, and her favorite was a silverback named Bakido. Up to 4 times a week, she'd find him, make direct eye contact, and smile. I'm not even gonna explain how much of a gorilla middle finger that is. Keepers tried to warn her, but she didn't listen. Her and Bakido, they had a connection. Oh, they connected all right. One day she smiled again and called him constipated because Bakido was not letting that shit slide. Bakido broke out and would proceed to put the beats on her like Afro music.
Oh God, oh Jesus.
And he jumped over a water-filled ditch to do it. Gorillas hate water. Keto was fed up. He was calmly escorted back home, where he lived well for another 16 years until he passed away in April of 2023. His get back on his biggest fan / op was immortalized as a word of the year. And the woman, who I originally felt bad for, apparently didn't get hit hard enough.
Why? Oh, I gotta read this. I go to the zoo almost every day with my husband, and we're always going to see Bokito. I even have pictures and videos from Berlin when he was only 4 months old. Okay, dedication. The woman told Dutch Mass Circulation, whatever, the news company, "He is and remains my darling." The paper quoted the woman as saying from her hospital bed, where she is being treated for bite wounds and a broken arm and wrist, "Still your darling? Oh, you're insane." The 11-year-old male gorilla burst out of his enclosure on Friday and went on a rampage in the zoo cafeteria. You're insane, lady. I guess she didn't learn her lesson. I guess she didn't learn the lesson. She didn't get the memo.
And the woman, who I originally felt bad for, apparently didn't get hit hard enough. So for y'all that don't know, my first aspiration in life was to be a zookeeper.
Oh, really?
I even had a state-of-the-art custom virtual simulator to prepare. Yeah, that dream flatlined pretty quick, for reasons. But this video is going to be about probably what my life would look like as a zookeeper. The weird stories, the dirty secrets, and the random trivia the average person would probably know nothing about. Like, what is the most dangerous animal in the zoo? Like, actually.
The birds? Are there ostriches in the zoo? Only went to zoo once. Ostrich? It's probably one of the birds.
The answer just might surprise you.
Or a giraffe.
Actually, probably not. Born Free USA has a database where you can look up incidents involving exotic animals in America. And if you search up animal attacks by any species in any state in an AZA accredited zoo, you'll see that the #1 culprit are big cats. Out of 101 recorded injuries, they caused 46 or 38%.
But they're like behind. I'm sorry for pausing so much, but they're like behind like either like a gated thing or like a glass. So how do they cause accidents? How they harm us?
Elephants were second at just over 17%, but if Aikido proved anything, it's that a lot of them had it coming. Just probably why primates earned bronze in brutality at 14%. Reptiles like Komodo dragons and bears like pandas got just over 4% each.
I was wrong,
9% were marine attacks by animals like orcas, dolphins, and stingrays, and the remaining 13% were just other. Other being something like a kid falling into a rhino enclosure or a woman climbing into a giraffe pen and nearly getting kicked off the census.
Jeez.
Now take it with a grain of salt, because I thought for sure zebras would be up there, but they weren't even on the list. And I know for a fact at least a couple should. But these are attacks. I want to know what Zuby's most likely to put a halo on my head.
Oh,
well,
okay.
in the same database, if you looked at every time a person got put on a shirt at a zoo, accredited or not, big cats did it over 40% of the time.
Dang,
with
how?
elephants at a hair under 30, and surprisingly, bears barely even scratched at less than 9%. But here's the thing, if you look at non-accredited zoos, the big cat number grows to 47%, with bears and elephants at 16 apiece. And lastly, in accredited zoos, elephants actually took the lead at 47%.
Really? Okay,
big cats were
interesting.
the suspect 33% of the time, and bears weren't even on the board. So if you're a zookeeper at a zoo that actually has its stuff together, statistically, if there's any animal that erases you, it's gonna be an elephant. And if the zoo's suspect, best believe any animal that erases you, it's
Is he? Oh. That's grody.
gonna be an elephant. And if the zoo's suspect, best believe a big cat might be your downfall. But also remember, if it does happen, it'll probably be your fault or your coworkers.
Oh nah,
now,
I'm
if
out
you
of
work
there.
at a zoo long enough, eventually some animal's gonna escape.
I'm not
Whether it's
working with a
minor
cat.
inconvenience like a bunch of meerkats, or a code red dead the rights and murk on site like a
Jesus.
chimpanzee. It's gonna happen, and the best reaction
Nah.
is proaction. So some zoos do escaped animal drills, but instead of actual animals, yeah. One Japanese zoo will have workers cosplaying as an animal taking a cue from Madagascar and breaking out. Thank God, because I'm not even going to tell you what I thought this was. But it's a pretty harmless way to remind everyone what to do when an animal gets out. That being said, this would be a tragic time to not be sober at the zoo. But what animal's the most likely to escape? In my non-professional
Probably
online
like
opinion, there's two. If you want to test how good a spot is at keeping the animal in, you should probably hire the man of the forest or the orangutan. Fu Manchu was an orang that nearly got an entire staff fired because there was a solid week where they would show up to work and the entire orangutan posse would be posted up outside. About a week was how long it took for them to realize
Oh, why he got a weapon? Why he got a whole saw? Like, hey, yo, or handsaw. What are you doing with that?
that Fu had snagged a wire, hid it in his mouth most of the day, and used it to pick his enclosure lock when no one was looking.
Nah, he
And
too
Ken
smart.
Allen was a hairy Houdini who got out so many times that the zoo had to hire rock climbers to find every possible point of exit, because they didn't know how he got out, and Ken for sure wasn't about to tell him. And what did he do with all this freedom? Well, when he wasn't wandering the zoo,
I saw
with
this
the
video,
animals
I
like
saw this.
everyone else, he was pelting rocks at another orang named Otis, because even a 95%
That's
vegetarian
crazy.
can make room for
He said,
beef.
"Shut up,
The other
Otis.
animals,
I
the
hate
red
you."
panda. Do your homework on how hard it is to keep this red-faced raccoon in. A quick Google search will tell you that a red panda escape has made the news at least once in 1978, 2005, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2012, 2013,
I lost
and you know
count.
what? Probably more. My favorite was red panda Rusty slipping out the Smithsonian and walking the streets of Washington,
Oh,
D.C.
like you
completely
do.
unbothered. So yeah, if your job's keeping a ninja panda or a Cheeto-flavored
Ninja
gorilla in
panda.
check, you're gonna have a bad time. But some animals are a great time to work with, and it's often not the ones you'd expect. Rhinos are legally blind
Really?
trauma tanks
Rhinos
that'll
are
buck up
good
to
to
a
work with?
butterfly. In a zoo, it's a 2-ton Labrador with the personality of a lapdog. And they put the zoo in zoomies. Turkey vultures are unironically like precocious toddlers that'll follow their favorite keeper around and play games with them. And cheetahs might just be the most people-proof predator.
No, I don't care. No, not a cheetah. No, nah, that thing could kill me immediately if it wanted to. Nah, I'm good. I mean, a rhino could too, but not a cheetah. No way, no how.
Of them all. In fact, almost too much for their own good. Cheetahs get treated like the doormat of the savannah, and their life doesn't become a
That is
cakewalk
true.
in
They do get
captivity.
treated bad.
Oftentimes, the overgrown house cat is too anxious to even think about making more cheetahs. So, some cheetahs get emotional support dogs. So
What?
the dogs are assigned to the cheetahs as cubs, and the idea is they become a bonded pair, with the cheetah seeing Fido as a role model to mirror and take social cues from. It's literal emotional support, because if the introvert cat sees that the dog isn't stressed or pressed, it allows them to chill out, or at least enough to motivate them to multiply without a
Look at them having
And to
fun.
make it even more wholesome, a lot of zoos like the one in San Diego will use dogs rescued from kill shelters. Definitely one of the top 5 animal friendships. And it's not even the only one in San Diego. This is Zari the zebra, also from the
Zari.
San Diego Zoo. And this
There's an ad. Thank you. Thank you, Zari and Ad Company. Zari and the lyric. Alright, sure, whatever. I don't want no car in my zoo my zoo videos. Yeah, no, I'm not trusting a cheetah. I don't care. He could say how good it is, how like basically it's people friendly in the zoo. I don't care. It's a cheetah. It's still like part of the is it a big cat? I forgot if it's a big cat or not. I don't think it is. Jaguars are, I think. But no, I don't care. Nah, I'm not staying away. I'm staying away from them. I'm gonna respect you guys from a distance. From a distance. And we're back. Let's see who this mysterious partner is with Zari.
It's her best friend, Sophia.
Oh,
See,
a donkey?
Zari doesn't just live there. She's one of the ambassadors for the zoo, spreading smiles and awareness. But I'm also guessing you can't really have your ambassador around other zebras because, let's just say that might not be the best influence.
Jesus.
So in comes Sophia, a miniature Mediterranean donkey and Zari's roommate and best friend.
Okay.
To say they're inseparable would be a massive understatement. And while I can't exactly tell you who's influencing who, just know Zari and Sophia give any cheetah dog duo a run for their money. Now, speaking of role models, have you seen this video of a panda struggling to break bamboo? Well, that's Meng-er, and he's not struggling. The story goes, he was hand-raised by humans his entire life.
Okay.
And while a 250-pound bear might have no problem snapping sticks, a weaker human will. So apparently years of watching his surrogates get humbled by a bamboo somehow taught him that that face is necessary to break it. You can even find videos where he breaks it, starts eating, realizes he forgot to struggle just to grimace and continue. Pandas are a lot of things, and apparently Good at Simon Says is one of them. They're also by far the most expensive animal you'll see in the zoo.
I can see
Any
that.
American zoo that wants a panda will have to pay a small annual leasing fee of up to $1 million. American zoo that wants a panda will have to pay a small annual leasing fee of up to $1 million.
Annual $1 million? Up to $1 million? You know, maybe I don't want a panda. Maybe we don't need a panda at this zoo.
Dollars, along with
That's a lot of money.
$600,000 for every
600.
cub born there. Add the
Oh,
millions
you gotta pay for the cubs born there too? Oh,
to
lordy.
build their enclosures and the thousands spent feeding them, and the black and white bamboo bear is about 5 times more expensive than second place. And that's literally the biggest thing alive with legs. And best believe they know it. You might never meet a
Where
more
my food at?
high-maintenance mammal. In 2014, the Chengdu research base set up a live stream so viewers could watch expecting mother, these names are killing me, Ai Hin bring another panda into the world.
Okay.
It was then canceled after it was discovered she had faked her pregnancy. Somehow the same animal that got his brain nerfed by nature figured out that if they can play pregnant even after the hormones wear off, they can finesse preferential treatment.
That's
and they're not wrong.
crazy.
Any future mother pandas are moved to a single with AC, they get round-the-clock care and more fruits and bamboo. Quite frankly,
They're
I don't blame
learning.
the bears for working smarter.
Same, I
And it
don't
gets
either.
even crazier. Did you know pandas can be bougie? Mei Lun
Huh?
and Mei Hun were
Oh,
two
no.
pandas born and raised in the Atlanta Zoo, but were sent back to China in 2013. The only problem? They refused to eat any traditional Chinese meals, only American. They were
I don't want that Chinese food. No, I want that American. I want that American food. I want that American bamboo. I'm too used to that. I don't give me that. Get that away from me.
not rocking
give
with
me
the
that.
old
I don't want
now.
that.
They wanted biscuits and cookies.
Yeah,
And pandas
I
aren't
want
even
me
the
a
only ones
cheeseburger.
proposing stuff like this. Japan's Akone En was used to feeding their residents aji, or Japanese horse mackerel. But thanks
Horse
to
mackerel?
inflation, they
Okay.
decided to cut costs by switching to a cheaper alternative, saba. And wouldn't you know, the penguin with king in its name was
Ugh,
not about to eat
this
like
is
a
peasant
since
food,
them
yeah.
and the otters refused to substitute. You see, that's the part of zookeeping they don't tell you. All that time spent preparing fish, slaving away while the stench of your profession dents your social life, just for an uppity tuxedo chicken to choose hunger strike. Man, you know they don't get paid enough for that.
My face like, ugh. Is that peasantry I smell? Ugh, I don't want that peasant food. Ugh. Give that to the walruses. I don't want that. Is it walruses? Walrus? I don't know the plural of walrus. Wari? I'ma stop.
Literally the only compromise was mixing the cheap fish with the aji. As you can see, some animals are way more high maintenance than others, but some are too difficult to even exist in zoos.
Okay.
Think about it. Think of all the zoos you've ever been to and try to see if you can come up with any notable absences.
Let me think, because I've been to one zoo. I think there's a tiger there or a lion. Definitely some elephants, gorillas, weird birds. The peacock was there. I think there's an ostrich. The giraffe was there. Those zebras and what other animals aren't there? I mean, we saw a hippo earlier in the video. Can't think of an animal right now. It's something obvious. It looks like honey badger. I don't know. I can't think of an animal right now. Oh, he played the song. Well,
Okay, time's up. When's the last time you saw a moose in a
oh, a moose! I forgot about the moose, the moosins, the moose. The moose. Always forget about moose. Probably causing plenty of accidents on the road.
Okay, time's up. When's the last time you saw a moose?
That run
in a
on
zoo?
water?
For a lot of y'all, including me, probably never. You've probably seen bison, bears, bobcats, cougars. Y'all know I could speak on wolves, but no moose. Why? Moose have specific diets, they're built like a tank and of course eat like one, and really you could do everything right, they can still pass tense in a few years. And apparently feeding an antler warrior that can't even survive a president's term is a bad investment. So are leopard seals. You'll likely never see the Alp of Happy Feet in a zoo. Narwhals can literally die of social anxiety, so they're out. Tarsiers sometimes seppuku themselves in captivity, so that's a no-go. And they say dietary restrictions are why proboscis monkeys are rare in zoos. I call bull shark. It's definitely because Schnazi might be the most inappropriate animal to take your kids to see. And yes, my head's here for a reason. I'm not about to catch an age restriction over an overexposed lipstick dispenser. Or they could just use fake animals, because it's not like that hasn't happened before. In 1987, a zoo in China was exposed for painting a sun bear and presenting it as a panda. That's a sun bear, by the way. In 2018, a zoo in Cairo did the same, except they had a donkey and zebra face. 2013, and we're back in China, except this controversy was about their resident African lion.
So we're lying today.
Did y'all even try? By far, my favorite counterfeit creature story is...
These dogs are advertised as panda dogs. They're just dogs.
Panda dogs.
Okay. According to Chinese state media, the zoo confirmed it dyed the dog's fur to look like pandas to fill in the blank of not having actual pandas.
You know, if I took time out of my day and spent my hard-earned money to go see a panda and got this, I'd probably go and spend more. Man, they got pandas from Temu. I can't even be mad. So obviously people are usually happy to see animals at zoos, but you ever wonder how the animals feel? Well, someone did, and a study from Nottingham Trent and Harper Adams University studied over 250 animals in zoos to see how their behaviors changed around human company. Using hours of observation and research, they found that the animal most excited to see people at zoos, and I really hope this is true, were elephants. Elephants showed the most positive.
They're the ones that can like cause the most deaths, or sometimes cause the most deaths. They're happy to see us? Or being zoos, interesting.
Reactions to large groups of people, becoming more active, more playful, and overall seeming to have a better time when humans were around. The other people happy animals included cheetahs, jaguars, penguins, grizzly bears, polar bears, a cow called a batang, servals, and black-tailed prairie dogs. And on the other side, the animals that seemed to like human company the least were hedgehogs, ostriches, marsupials like kangaroos, ungulates like giraffes.
Kangaroos want to fight, ostriches hate us,
Giraffes and antelopes, and probably most random of all, the tuatara. They have 3 eyes and apparently none of them want to see us. As for the rest, the vast majority of animals had no reaction. The study does raise an interesting question, and that's how the pandemic affected zoo animals. Believe it or not, some animals actually started to miss people. The worldwide panoramic left elephants confused and disappointed, birds like kias and cockatoos missed the attention, and you even had apes like chimps actively looking for missing visitors.
Where my boys at? Where my boys at?
And while the shutdown gave us gems like penguins exploring empty aquariums or a sea lion getting introduced to a tegu, by far the best story to come out was what happened in a Japanese aquarium. You see, the eels in Tokyo Sumida Aquarium were used to people, but the pandemonium turned them back people shy, and those same eels would now hide in the sand whenever a worker or someone would walk past. The problem is, that made it almost impossible to check up on them and keep them healthy. The solution was the aquarium asked people to FaceTime their eels to refamiliarize them with people.
FaceTime their eels? That's
there was
crazy.
A legitimate time where you could have gone on a date with an antisocial eel, and the worldwide Panera brought a lot of bad, but this was definitely a bright spot. But now, zoos are back open, so here's some hacks to get the most out of your experience. Animals are going to be most active on cooler, cloudier days, and they usually peak as soon as the doors open. Also, you're going to want to aim for a random weekday, since the less crowded, the better. Try it. If you can be there the next overcast 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, I swear you'll see a different zoo. And if you're a cat person, you might want to wear some Calvin Klein. No, seriously, the Klein is a favorite for cats of all kinds, from cheetahs to cougars, from lions to leopards. In fact, researchers have caught wild jaguars on camera by dousing the trap in obsession for men. So next time you're at the zoo and end up in big cat country, go ahead and spritz some of the Klein and see what happens.
Get some Klein, big dog. Get some Klein, cats.
I get a couple comments disappointing to me for not blasting zoos for 15 minutes, that I can't possibly care about animals if I still go to them. Here's my take. I've always said that zoos are capable of a lot of good and a lot of bad, but a lot of them are an invaluable resource for conservation and awareness. And while I agree, there are some species that are just not built for zoos. A majority of them are there because they literally would be worse off in the wild. Przewalski's horse was basically halfway down the grave, but it was the work of zoos that helped bring them back from the
let's go zoos, let's go.
The California condor, and about a dozen more. And spare a thought for zookeepers. Are overworked, underpaid, usually overqualified, and like I said, the smell isn't just something they leave at the office. Not all zoos are created equal, and it's at best lazy, and at worst almost dangerous to put them all in the same boat. But I'ma stop yapping, drink water, hug your mother, support your local zoo, just make sure it's accredited. Matter of fact, give a zookeeper a hug. Who knows how much they need?
Yeah, they probably
gonna see y'all
in the next one. It's gonna have like a lot of trust in these animals sometimes too, so they don't like just go crazy all of a sudden. Like, hey, you know what? Today's that day I'm gonna crash out on the Zookeeper. Zookeeper probably did nothing wrong. You know what? Gorilla like, you know, today's the day I'm gonna crash out. That's not funny. Yeah, no, I 100% could not be a Zookeeper. Oh, let's stop that. Yeah, no. Yes, let's clap it up for Zookeepers out there. Let's clap it up for them. For you zoo-goers out there, you guys have it good, or unless you go to like a bad zoo, and I guess you don't have it good, but if you go to like a good zoo, you have it great there, because the Zookeepers are doing a lot. They're doing a lot. I don't know if their pay has increased since this video, or like I don't know when that the wage thing he showed up was, or salary that he showed was, but hopefully it's gotten better, because I think it was 18 an hour, which is so low for what they do. That is very low. You know, elephants, I didn't think they killed most of us, or caused like the most accidents. Or top 3. Cats I can somewhat see, even though I thought, again, they were like behind this glass wall thingy, so I thought they couldn't get out, but I guess there has been stories. I thought like the gorillas or chimpanzees would be up there, like top, but hey, the more you know, the more you know. I didn't know that cheetahs and dogs, or I guess in that situation, the cheetah and dog, like, you know, got used to each other and were friends. I didn't know that. I didn't think that was possible. The donkey and zebra, I can kind of see it, but the cheetah and dog, I could not see it. I did not think that was possible. Oh, I forgot to move myself to the right side of the screen. I keep forgetting when I watch him. I keep forgetting. Hopefully it didn't bother you guys too much. I forgot. I was too busy having fun. So when I really saw this video, I thought it was gonna be like the most dangerous job on earth, but it's just most disrespectful, which I can see, especially with the elephants, because I saw someone like I saw some grody stuff happen. I saw some disgusting stuff happen in this video involving these elephants. And I'm like, yeah, nah, I would just quit. I would just quit everything if that happened to me. How do you recover from that? You don't. You can't. But I'm going to stop yapping. I'm going to get out of here now. So, hope you enjoyed my reaction. And thank you for watching. My cup of tea is out of here. Arrivederci. Zoos. Can't believe some of them lie. They fake some animals. I cannot believe it. I cannot. Well, I mean, I can believe it, but I think did it work? I feel like sometimes it worked, like with the fake panda dog thing. Maybe that worked. I don't know. It seems like he liked it. I don't know. I feel like I would have got cheated if I went to a zoo and I saw fake panda dogs. Like, what is this?